Hi, good evening all. Let's talk about the game as the boys lose a nail-biter tonight in Detroit. Coming up. All right. It wasn't a nail-biter. It was one-sided. I know it. Anybody that thinks I'm that out of my mind. Well, let's face it. I mean, be honest and just say yes or no. Like, did you think when you looked at those lineups going into this game we were going to win tonight? I don't know. I didn't. I expected a little more, less of a deeper Detroit team tonight to show up. I really did. I didn't think all those guys were going to play. So, the boys lose. And you know what? We'll look at the numbers. We'll talk about it. I can give you the main number why in 1 sec. Okay, here we go. Okay, shots on goal. Detroit more than doubles us, 40-18. The faceoffs, they had 58.5. The Sabres 41.5. When it's 0.5, I'll say the 0.5s. That's the only time, guys. Power play, the Red Wings are 1 for 4. The Sabres popped in some power play goals. That's a bright spot, though, guys. 2 for 5 tonight. And the hits, Detroit had 31. The Sabres had 29. They were well on their way to having over 30. They just slowed down in the third with the hitting. And Detroit had 2 blocks. The Sabres had 10. Red Wings had 5 giveaways. The Sabres had 7. And 2 takeaways for the Red Wings, none for the Sabres. Shots on goal per period. And the shots on goal tell you how the game went. 15-4 in the first for Detroit, 17-5 in the second for Detroit, so 32-9 at one point. Sabres edged them 9-8 in the third, total 40-18. Scoring. Okay, Appleton opens up the scoring at 5:39 from Kopp. And it was a shorty, by the way. Sabres were on the power play, gave up a shorty. So Appleton from Kopp. Bad start to the game, 5:39. Ostlund ties it up less than a minute later on that power play from Doan and Quinn. We got a tie game. Nygaard from Sandin Pellikka and Danielson, and they're very high in this kid Sandin Pellikka over there, and they should be. 9:04, and it's 2-1 Detroit after 1. We go to the second. Doan from Quinn and Ostlund ties it up at 6:59, and I'm just shaking my head that this game is even tied, guys, honestly. Then Dylan Larkin scores from Bernard Docker, I might remember that name, and Raymond at 10:04. They regained the lead, and that was it. They would not look back from this point on, Detroit. Then Seider scores minutes later from Soderblom and Truscott at 12:35. And then Kopp from Raymond at 18:23, and that's your game. So, you know, well, there's only so much you can do when their veterans took over the. I mean, if you look at what we iced here, guys, there was only so much we could do, really. So I'll give you the number. Detroit had 12 NHL regulars in this game, some of their stars, which we didn't really do except for Owen Power. And Buffalo iced 8 NHL guys that will be in the NHL on our team this year. You know, and some of those guys that I counted in Buffalo have less than 80 games, you know, in their career. Detroit have a total of going into this game 4,458 NHL man games experience. The Sabres 1,533. So they had triple the amount of experience on the ice tonight, when NHL experience that is, you know. And look, it's the preseason. I get it. Sabres, you know, at the end, were good sports about it. Stuck around, and they did the they stuck around and did the what do you call it? The extra shootout shots for the fans, whatever, you know. And that was it. That was the game. The one bright spot in this game, though, I will say, is Merca. His numbers in this game, guys, a little more impressive than you're expecting if you haven't checked. In the game, Merca was not a minus. He was a 0 in this game. He was a 0. He played 22 shifts. He played 18 minutes. He had 1 shot, 1 block, 5 hits. And you seen one of those hits didn't count as a hit. It counted like as a shot in the head when he went after the Red Wings, you might recall. So The kid impresses again in a losing effort. The kid still impresses, I thought, tonight. Hellenius, not so much. But, you know, I mean, look, our best forward that we sent there today, really, NHL forward, was Jack Quinn. You know, Jack Quinn and Peyton Krebs. After that, Doan has, like, I think 65 games experience or something. It just is what it is. It's one of those nights where, you know, we're just trying out what we have, and that's it. So I'm not too worried about this. You know, I just hope that they bounce back at home and put a better roster than tonight. I'm hoping. I think they will. I thought Levi would get some time in this game. I didn't even notice if he was on the bench, to be honest. I just assumed he would play the third period. Georgiev was in again. I'm not blaming the goalie in this one, guys. No way. That guy, if it wasn't for him, we probably would have let in 8 goals tonight. He made some decent saves in the game, so we can't blame the goaltending in this. This is just a whole team letdown. Call it what you want. Inexperience versus experience, you know? I mean, they had NHL All-Stars playing us tonight, basically. You know, they had a few All-Stars out there today, and that can make a big difference when you're a young kid and you're like, oh my God, you know, this guy's good. So, Detroit, you know, we made them look good with what we iced. I'd like to see the Sabres put a more competitive squad out next game that we play them and get the split, and we'll take it from there. So it should be a fun thing going into the last 3 games, because we're going to have a very good idea very soon who our team is. And so far, I'll tell you what, this Merca kid's sticking around in my books. So far. And I know that's some of you think that's a long shot. I don't. No. Seen it happen in the past. So, you know, but the Sabres also, guys, we're not in that zone anymore where we need to bring them. You know, we're not there anymore. We used to be that team. You know, 4 years ago, a kid like this, we would have kept him up probably, right? Not now. We don't have to. We can say, you know what, it's better for you. You go down there at least for a year, and we come see you next year. That kind of thing. But who knows? Who knows what they're thinking? I don't know. So, you know, he was, in my books, he was our best defenseman out there, him and Power tonight. So, you know, it's nice to have money in the bank, when it comes to prospects, though. It's a good feeling now. We didn't have this 5 years ago. You know, now we have this, where we can look at our prospect bank and say, you know what, you know, we can afford to put them down there. We're okay right now. We can still do something like that. Whereas years ago, we were so thin of a team that, you know, we had to get guys started earlier than we wanted. Dylan Cousins comes to mind, you know. So guys, I guess I'll leave it there. That's it. We'll just talk a little bit about the game. There's no point really talking much about it, except that, you know, I liked some stuff that I seen tonight. I mean, it just wasn't much of a game flow with our team tonight, because really this is not our team. This is, you know, this is, as we say, a look at some prospects tonight is what we were doing. So we'll leave it there. I'll see you guys tomorrow, hopefully. And if not, I'll see you for sure the day after, but most likely tomorrow I'll throw up a Sabre Zone or something. We'll talk then. Have a good night, guys.